All right, so get this. We're going to deep dive into Microsoft Dynamics 360.
Ooh, okay.
And we're going to be looking at how it handles procurement.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we found this YouTube video showing how it can be used to provision vessels.
Okay.
Think like a super detailed shopping list for like a catering company, but for a whole ship.
Wow.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll see how this software can streamline a process that can easily turn into a logistical nightmare.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
Okay.
So the video starts by going through some important settings in Dynamics 360,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really emphasizing, like choosing the right date and time format and the right email provider from the beginning.
Right.
And specifically, they pick TR for the date and time format
Okay.
and graph for email.
Interesting choices.
What is the deal with that? I mean, is it really that crucial?
Yeah, it actually might seem like a small detail, but it really does matter, especially when you're thinking about coordinating with different vendors across time zones. Having a consistent date and time format avoids a lot of confusion and errors.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Picking graph for email, that's really all about using the power of the Microsoft ecosystem.
Uh-huh.
That means Dynamics 360 is tightly integrated with other Microsoft tools that you might be using.
Okay.
Like Outlook and Calendar.
Yeah.
Everything stays in sync, and it really saves time and reduces the chance of things slipping through the cracks.
I see. So it's all about setting yourself up for success from the get-go.
Exactly.
Okay, so now the video jumps into creating what's called a project quotation.
Mm-hmm.
And this is essentially where they start building out that super detailed shopping list we were talking about for the vessel.
Right.
But they really stress the importance of choosing the right legal entity and then these show levels and show project settings before they even start.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the significance of all that?
Yeah, so remember that big companies often have multiple branches or subsidiaries.
Right.
And each of those operates as a separate legal entity. So choosing the right one, make sure that you have accuracy in your financial reporting and that you are in compliance with all the regulations.
Ah, that makes sense.
And the show levels and show project settings are about controlling who has access to different information.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about managing those permissions and keeping things organized.
So it's kind of like setting boundaries to make sure that everybody's on the same page and they only see what they need to.
Precisely.
Okay. And I love how they show how you can search for the vessel either by name or by its IMO number.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like the ship's unique ID, right?
That's right, yeah. The IMO number is an international standard, so it's easy to identify a specific vessel no matter where it is in the world.
Wow.
So this flexibility in searching is a small detail, but it makes a big difference when you're dealing with a huge database of vessels.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's where I think it starts to get really interesting.
Okay.
They add items to the project quotation using an external Excel file. That seems like a huge time saver compared to like entering everything manually.
Yeah.
But I bet there's a catch.
Well, you're right. There is a catch. The Excel file has to be structured in a specific way.
Oh, I see.
Because Dynamics 360 expects certain information in very specific columns.
Uh-huh.
If you don't do it that way, the import just won't work correctly.
Okay.
And that's really all about data integrity.
Yeah.
You don't want typos or missing information throwing off your entire project quotation.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So it's powerful, but you have to be really meticulous with the formatting.
Absolutely.
What are some of the things that could go wrong if the Excel file isn't set up exactly right?
Well, just imagine missing a really crucial piece of information like the unit of measure.
Oh, yeah.
Or are we talking kilograms, liters, pieces?
Right.
That could lead to ordering the wrong quantities, which could delay the whole provisioning process.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And end up costing a lot of money.
For sure.
And even a small error like a typo in a product code can cause problems.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's why they emphasize double-checking the data in the Excel file before you import it into Dynamics 360.
Yeah, that makes sense. Accuracy is key here.
Absolutely.
Now, the video also points out that the user uses specific product groups, like 1001 provision or 102 additional to categorize the items.
Okay.
Why is that so important? It seems like an extra step.
This level of categorization might seem a little bit tedious at first,
Yeah.
but it's what allows for insightful analysis later on.
Oh.
By grouping items this way, you can easily generate reports that break down costs by category, and that really helps you understand where your money is going
Okay.
and identify potential areas for savings.
That's really clever.
Yeah.
And they also have a neat trick for adding expenses.
Oh, yeah.
They use a product group number that's higher than the ones used for provisions.
Interesting.
Why do they do that?
Well, think of it this way. When you're looking at a list of all the items needed for the vessel. By using a higher product group number for things like delivery charges or port fees, it separates those costs visually from the provision item.
I see.
So it makes it really easy to see at a glance what the true cost of those provisions actually are.
Yeah, the visual clarity is really helpful.
Yeah.
So now we've got this finalized project quotation. What happens next?
Well, now the critical step is to generate something called a request for quotation,
Okay.
or an RFQ for short, which is basically taking that meticulously prepared shopping list and sending it out to potential vendors to get bids.
Okay.
And Dynamics 360 gives you a couple of ways to access this RFQ creation tool. You can do it through a shortcut or through the procurement and sourcing module.
Okay.
So it's really about flexibility and making the software work the way you want it to.
Right.
And in the video, they add the RFQ to their favorites tab, which is really smart.
Yeah, it seems like a really good idea.
It shows how Dynamics 360 allows for this personalization, right? You can tailor your workspace to prioritize the tasks and the tools that you use most frequently.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So now we get to the part where they start adding vendors to this RFQ.
Right.
It looks like they add vendors from Spain, which is where the vessel is going to be provisioned. But they also search for a vendor from Turkey. Is Dynamics 360 suggesting these vendors automatically based on location?
Well, it's more likely that the user has a list of preferred vendors that's already set up in Dynamics 360.
Okay.
But the system is flexible enough that you can search for new vendors and add them whenever you need to.
Okay.
And this is really helpful if you need to source specific items or services that your regular vendors just don't offer.
Right, so they're building this dream team of suppliers.
Exactly.
But what if they add a vendor by mistake, or they decide they don't want to work with a particular vendor anymore? Can they easily remove them?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Just as easily as they added the vendors, they can also remove them from the RFQ process. Maybe the vendor doesn't meet certain quality standards, or their pricing isn't competitive anymore. Dynamics 360 gives you complete control over who you ask for bids from.
All right, so they've got their vendor list set. Now it's the big moment, sending out the RFQ.
Right.
What happens next in the video?
Well, before they hit that send button, there are a couple of key things they do.
Okay.
First, they choose send and publish, which makes the RFQ active and visible to all the vendors that they've chosen.
Right.
Then they demonstrate this powerful feature called group by this column. And this is where it gets really, really specific.
Hold on. Group by this column. What exactly does that do?
So this feature allows you to control exactly what information is in each vendor's RFQ.
Okay.
So let's say you have a vendor who specializes in seafood. You can use this group by this column feature to select only the seafood items from your whole project quotation, and then send that vendor a customized RFQ.
Wow, that's incredibly efficient. So instead of sending this massive document with every single item on it, you can really tailor each RFQ to the vendor.
Exactly. It streamlines all of the communication and makes sure each vendor is only bidding on things that are relevant to them.
Right.
This saves everybody time and makes the whole process much more focused.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've customized their RFQs, but before they hit send, they mentioned that they need to configure the email settings.
Right.
Why is that step so important?
Well, remember, it's all about making this a smooth and professional experience. They want to make sure those RFQs arrive in a really clear, well-formatted email that has all the necessary information.
Okay.
And Dynamics 360 lets them do that by using these pre-written email templates.
Wow. It's like having an assistant take care of all the tedious little details.
Exact.
But what about personalization? Can you customize those email templates?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the email templates use placeholders that automatically pull in information from the project quotation, like the vendor's name, the RFQ number, and even the specific items that they're requesting.
That's really smart.
Yeah, so each email looks personalized and professional.
Okay.
And then just to avoid any mistakes, they send a test email to themselves first.
Always a good idea to double check.
Yeah.
So they've sent out the RFQs, and now they're going to switch perspectives and show us what the RFQ looks like from the vendor's side. What's that like?
So again, it's all about clarity.
Okay.
The vendors get this well-organized Excel file that has all the information they need to give an accurate bid. It has the product groups, the item codes, the descriptions, the quantities, the units of measure. Everything is laid out clearly and makes it really easy for the vendors to understand what's being asked of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So instead of this chaotic jumble of emails and spreadsheets, it's this streamlined professional process.
Exactly.
I'm already impressed with how much Dynamics 360 simplifies things, and we've only just started exploring its capabilities.
It's a powerful tool.
What are your thoughts so far?
What really strikes me is the level of control and customization that Dynamics 360 offers.
Yeah.
It's not just about automating things, it's about empowering the user to really manage every aspect of the procurement process. And I think this is especially important for businesses in more complex industries like maritime,
Right.
where you really need precision and accuracy to be successful.
For sure. You know, it's amazing to see how Dynamics 360 can handle the complexities of global procurement.
Yeah, it really is.
Like in the video, they just seamlessly added vendors from different countries.
Right.
It makes you realize how interconnected business is these days.
Absolutely.
And think about the time savings.
Oh, yeah?
Imagine trying to manage all of this manually
Yeah.
with emails flying back and forth, spreadsheets getting lost.
It'd be a nightmare.
Oh yeah, a total disaster.
Yeah.
But Dynamics 360 brings everything together in one place.
Right.
You're not just saving time, you're also reducing the risk of human error.
Absolutely. Which can be really costly in an operation like this.
Totally. And let's not forget about automation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's key.
Like generating those RFQs and populating those email templates, that can all be done with just a few clicks.
Exactly. It really frees up employees to focus on the things that matter.
Right. More strategic tasks.
Yeah, like negotiating with vendors or analyzing spending patterns.
So what does this all mean for our listener?
Well,
Who might not be in the maritime industry, but is looking for ways to improve their own procurement processes.
right.
Are there takeaways here that apply across different types of businesses?
Absolutely. I think at its core, procurement is about having the right information at the right time and being able to act on it quickly.
Okay.
So whether you're sourcing office supplies or raw materials or even marketing services, the principles are the same.
Right.
It's about finding the right tools to manage the flow of information, to automate those repetitive tasks, and to give you a clear picture of where your money's going.
So it's not just about the specific software, it's about the underlying principles of good procurement.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure some listeners are thinking, okay, this all sounds great,
Yeah.
but my business is unique. Will an off-the-shelf software solution really work for me?
It's a valid concern, for sure.
Yeah.
But one of the things that's really remarkable about these big enterprise software systems like Dynamics 360 is how customizable they are.
Oh.
Remember how they could choose the date and time format and the email provider?
Uh-huh.
That was just the beginning.
Right. It wasn't just a random setting.
Right.
It was about aligning the software with their specific way of working.
Exactly. You can configure the workflows. You can create custom reports. You can even integrate Dynamics 360 with other software that you're already using.
Wow. So it's about molding the software to fit your business.
Precisely, not the other way around.
Okay. So it's about finding a solution that's adaptable, that can grow and evolve with your business.
Right.
But let's be real. We've been focusing on Dynamics 360. There are a lot of other procurement software solutions out there.
There are, yeah. And we're just showing one example here. But it's important for people to understand that there's this whole world of procurement software. And some are designed for specific industries. Some are more general purpose.
Okay.
Some are cloud-based. Some are installed on your own servers.
Right.
And of course, the price can vary a lot.
So it's kind of like shopping for a car.
Yeah, you could say that.
You have to consider your budget, your needs, and what features are most important to you.
Exactly. And don't just jump on something because it's popular.
Right.
Do your research, read reviews, and don't be afraid to ask for demos or free trials.
That's good advice.
Yeah, get a feel for what works best for you.
Now, while all this talk about automation and efficiency is exciting, I can't help but wonder about security.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with these cloud-based solutions.
Right.
We saw in the video that they were able to access Dynamics 360 from anywhere with an internet connection.
Yeah.
That's super convenient, but doesn't that also make it more vulnerable?
That's a really good point. Cloud security is extremely important, especially when you're dealing with sensitive business information.
Yeah.
So you need to choose a provider that has a really strong track record when it comes to security and compliance.
Okay.
Look for certifications like ISO 27001 and SOC 2.
Yeah.
Those show that the provider is meeting really strict security standards.
So it's about doing your homework, making sure the provider takes security seriously.
Exactly. And it's not just about the provider either.
Okay.
You need to think about your own internal security practices.
Mm.
Things like strong passwords, two-factor authentication, regular audits are all really important.
So what about data backups and disaster recovery?
Ah.
What happens if there's a major outage or a natural disaster?
Those are great questions, and you need to have a plan in place to make sure your business can keep running.
Okay.
So how are you going to access your data if the main system is down?
Right.
Do you have backups stored somewhere else? These are all things you have to consider.
It sounds like cloud solutions offer a lot of benefits,
They do.
but they also require a different way of thinking about security.
They do. It's not about being paranoid.
Yes.
It's about being prepared.
And that's good advice for any business, really.
It is, yeah.
So we've talked about software, we've talked about security, but let's zoom out for a minute.
Okay.
What are some of the bigger trends that you're seeing in the world of procurement? What's on the horizon?
One trend that I find really exciting and a little bit scary is the rise of artificial intelligence.
AI in procurement.
Yeah.
That sounds futuristic.
It does, but it's happening now.
Wow.
You know, AI is being used to automate tasks, to analyze data, even to predict future demand.
So instead of procurement professionals spending hours poring over spreadsheets,
Right.
they can use AI to find those patterns and make data-driven decisions.
Exactly. Imagine an AI that can analyze your purchasing history and track market trends, and then tell you which materials are most likely to go up in price. That's powerful information.
That would be incredibly valuable.
It would.
It sounds like AI has the potential to completely change how procurement is done.
It really does.
But what about the human element?
Yeah.
Will AI replace procurement professionals entirely?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's being debated everywhere.
Right.
I don't think AI will replace humans completely, at least not for a while,
Okay.
but it will definitely change the way we work.
So instead of focusing on routine tasks, procurement professionals can use AI to be more strategic.
Exactly. They can focus on building relationships with suppliers, negotiating those complex contracts, and finding new opportunities for innovation.
Okay, so the AI handles the boring stuff.
Yeah, let the AI do the data crunching,
Right.
and humans can focus on the bigger picture.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But for someone who's just starting to learn about AI, it can all seem really overwhelming.
I can imagine.
Where do you even begin?
Well, first of all, don't be scared. There are a lot of resources out there to help you learn about AI. There are online courses, industry events, even AI-powered software solutions that are designed for beginners.
So start small.
Yeah, dip your toes in the water.
Okay.
Find an area where AI can really make a difference, like automating a task or analyzing some data.
And I imagine it's important to stay up to date on all the latest trends and best practices.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The world of AI moves fast.
Right.
So make it a habit to read industry publications, go to webinars, and connect with other professionals who are already using AI.
Okay.
You know, learning from others can save you a lot of time and trouble.
So be curious, be open to new ideas, and be willing to adapt.
Exactly. The world of procurement is changing, and those who embrace that change will be the ones who succeed.
Okay, let's shift gears for a second.
Sure.
We've been talking a lot about efficiency and automation, leveraging technology to streamline things.
Yeah.
But what about ethics? Are there potential downsides to relying so much on algorithms and data?
It's a really important question, and it's something that's becoming more and more important as AI becomes more involved in decision-making.
Right.
We need to be really careful about potential biases that can sneak into these algorithms.
So, for example, if an AI is trained on data that reflects past discrimination,
Right.
it could unintentionally perpetuate those biases in its recommendations.
Exactly, and that's why human oversight is so crucial.
Okay.
We need to be able to question the recommendations that these AI systems make
Right.
and make sure they align with our values.
So it's not about blindly trusting the algorithms.
No.
It's about using them as tools to help us make better decisions.
Precisely, and it's also about understanding what AI can and can't do. They're only as good as the data they're trained on.
Right.
And they don't always understand all the nuances of the real world.
So it's a balancing act.
It is.
We want to embrace AI
Yeah.
and how it can improve things. But we also need to think about the ethical implications and make sure that human judgment is still at the heart of it all.
I completely agree. It's about using AI responsibly and ethically, and I think that's something we need to be thinking about in all aspects of business and society.
You know, this conversation has really shown how complex procurement is becoming in this digital age.
It really has.
It's not just about buying things.
No.
It's about navigating all these new technologies, complex regulations, and ethical considerations.
It's a lot.
It is.
But it's exciting, too.
Yeah.
And for those who are willing to adapt and learn, the future is full of possibilities.
It really feels like we're at this turning point in procurement.
Yeah, like a whole new era.
It's not just about doing things faster, it's about doing things completely differently.
I think so, too. Yeah, we're moving away from that old transactional way of thinking about procurement and moving towards a more strategic approach.
And AI is a big part of that.
Huge. Yeah.
So we've talked about how AI can analyze data, predict demand, and automate those tedious tasks.
Right.
But are there other areas where AI is making an impact in procurement?
Oh, yeah, definitely. One area that I think is really interesting is supplier relationship management.
Okay.
AI can actually be used to analyze supplier performance, identify potential risks, and even suggest ways to improve how you collaborate with them.
So like imagine having this AI assistant that can tell you
Yep.
which suppliers are most likely to meet their deadlines,
Right.
which ones maybe have a history of quality problems, and even which ones might be a good fit for a specific project.
Exactly. And it's not just about looking at numbers.
Okay.
AI can look at communication patterns, too,
Oh, wow.
and things like sentiment analysis from emails
Really?
to kind of get a feel for the overall relationship with the supplier.
That's incredible. So it's like AI can read between the lines and tell you if a supplier is actually happy or not.
Yeah, kind of like that. And that's really valuable information.
Yeah.
You know, it can help you catch problems early on
Okay.
and fix them before they turn into big issues.
So it's about being proactive.
Exactly. Proactive risk management.
Okay.
And AI can also help you get better contracts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there are these AI-powered tools that can analyze the language in your contracts, identify potential loopholes, and even suggest different wording that might be more favorable for your company.
So it's like having an AI lawyer on your side.
Well, maybe not quite a lawyer,
Right.
but it can definitely give you an edge.
That's pretty cool.
It is, yeah.
We've talked a lot about the benefits of using AI in procurement,
We have.
but are there any downsides, any risks or challenges that we should be aware of?
Well, of course, with any new technology, there are always going to be some challenges.
Right.
And one of the risks with AI is over-reliance.
Okay.
It's easy to start thinking that AI can solve every problem.
Yeah.
But that's just not realistic. You know,
That's
the
right.
AI is a tool,
Right.
and it's only as good as the data that's used to train it and the people who are actually using it.
So AI is not a magic bullet?
It's not. We need to use it strategically and thoughtfully.
Right.
And we need to be aware of those potential biases that can sneak in.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier.
Exactly. If an AI is trained on biased data,
Right.
it's going to give you biased recommendations.
It makes sense.
And that's why we need humans involved.
Yeah.
We need to be able to question those AI recommendations
Right.
and make sure that they're actually ethical.
So it's not just about implementing AI.
Right.
It's about using it responsibly.
Absolutely. And that's a discussion that needs to happen at all levels of a company,
Yeah.
from the CEO all the way down to the individual employees.
I think this deep dive has really opened my eyes to the complexities of procurement.
Me too.
It's not just about buying things anymore.
It's so much more than that.
It's about navigating new technologies, regulations, ethics.
It's a lot to keep track of.
It really is.
But it's also a really exciting field.
Yeah.
And for people who are willing to embrace change, to learn new things,
Yeah.
and adapt, there's so much potential.
So to wrap things up,
Okay.
what advice would you give to someone who wants to get started in procurement? Or someone who's already working in the field but wants to stay ahead of the game?
Well, I would say be curious.
Okay.
Be a lifelong learner.
Yeah.
Procurement is always changing, so it's so important to keep learning about new trends, technologies, and best practices.
Right.
Read industry publications, go to conferences, connect with other procurement professionals,
Okay.
and don't be afraid to experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Try out new tools, explore new ideas, and really push the boundaries.
Great advice. And remember, everyone, procurement isn't just about buying things.
Right.
It's about creating value, managing risk, and driving innovation.
Absolutely. It's a crucial part of any successful business.
And with the right mindset and the right tools,
Yeah,
procurement professionals can make a real impact.
they can, for sure.
Well, I think that's about it for our deep dive today.
Yeah, that was great.
Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of procurement.
It's been a pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, remember, the future of procurement is bright.
It is.
So go out there and make your mark.
Absolutely.